know this might be a force. It's been a long weekend. We're all exhausted. There may be one of you, there may be six of you, there may be 100 of you, guys and girls. I'm leaning towards closer to six, but you know, I'm trying to get my reps up, and this is fun. I'll go like 30 minutes. I appreciate anyone that is here. Please tell me you're here in the comments. That'd be dope. Okay, double digits. Let's go. Dude, yeah, Tyson. These Sweet 16 matchups are going to be beautiful. Man, Florida holds on. UConn was doing their thing, man. UConn was running the offense. Florida was rattled. If Hassan and Terrace and some of those guys could have finished at the rim a little better, I think UConn wins that game. But Walter Clayton stepped up when they needed to. All right. Dude, when Caleb Love is cooking, which albeit is up and down, he's fantastic. I'm not dude just had 29 and shot 10 of 18 from the field, 5 of 7 from deep. Shout out Caleb Love. And he's fun to watch when he's hitting shots. And he wasn't doing anything selfish or lazy. Shout out to Caleb Love. He was great. Low key, if Caleb Love beat Duke, that would be hilarious. I wouldn't mind. Get Caleb Love to the Final Four. Why not? I'm not such a prideful person that like I would find joy in Caleb Love not succeeding. You know what I'm saying? But if Caleb Love doesn't succeed, I'd be like, and it's because he was doing selfish, inefficient things, I would say, see, this is what I've been saying. But no, I go Caleb Love, go Arizona. They're a fun team. So yeah, I'm not a Caleb Love guy, but I will be a Caleb Love guy when he's hooping. You know, I'm just not how can I get behind him when he's being foolish out there? Oh, I'm at 29 right now? There's no way. All right. What up, HB? What up, Tyson? We already got you. Crab 5 stays alive. Man, shout out Colorado State. They were on a heater. They were shooting like 50% from 3 for a month. Jalen Lake's shot. That shit was beautiful. Jalen Lake splashed that. Nike Clifford, back down, one-handed pass. That was fire. And then, I mean, Queen. The travel thing, I didn't even, not live, it didn't even cross my mind. They traveled. Sure, in slow-mo, it looks like maybe Cuban travel. Like, come on. If he didn't hit that shot, no one's even saying, oh, he traveled too. So let's move on. You know, I think it's because he just doesn't move that. He's not that big. He doesn't move that like fast out there. Like he's not that athletic, even though he is, like the way he hangs in the air when he's driving and finishing at the rim. Elite shooter, winner, great ball handler, can do everything offensively. And defensively, I still think there's a gear for him to unlock. So I don't know if we'll get to first round, but if they make the Final Four, win a championship, I think at the latest early second round. I had a tweet the other day of Todd Golden's quote where he's saying, look, this guy's going to play 10 years in the league. And I quote tweeted it with Austin Reeves, Fred VanVleet, Jalen Brunson in the winning thread. And, of course, Austin Reeves didn't make a Final Four like Brunson and Fred did. But it's like these guys are – the knock on them was that they were old and, like, their athleticism didn't jump off the page with just really, really good guards who look what they're doing in the NBA now. So I'm a huge believer in Walter Clayton. What's the recap of your picks for today and yesterday? All right, Daniel, whoever you are, I got some picks wrong. I'm not ducking. And if you want to tail, that's your choice. And if you don't, I don't care. I've got some games wrong. Okay? Moving on. Yeah, I mean, he's so fun to watch. Especially, you know, you saw how clutch he was. He's just smooth. He's a smooth operator. I know I haven't stuck with the smooth operator thing that I built, but here we go. What up, Oscar? Yeah, I mean, Houston's so locked in. I think they're going to crush Purdue. I think Tennessee will give them a good game, but Houston's just got more offensive pop. I think they'll have a better plan for Lanier. Yeah, you're going to need the Caleb Love magic. But, man, Arizona's got some athletic bodies. Carter Bryant, KJ Lewis, athletic bodies. I don't know if I can say Trey Townsend, but, like, they're going to do a good job on Cooper Flag. You can't let Tyrese Proctor cook you, you know? I don't like this. This damn guy's got to go. Go to bed, Daniel. You're not welcome here. We're at 41. We'll go to 40. I don't need Daniel. What up, Stephen Hutchinson Jr.? Never seen your name. Yeah, I mean, it is perfect. What up, Trevor? It is perfect. the bracket, there's always these little sneaky things that may or may not happen in the bracket, and we got the Caleb Love Duke matchup that was possible. Middle NBA player, probably not, but like low key, he's strong. He got great touch on the block. He can pass. He can shoot the three. He can block shots. I don't hate it. I think he's worth a dart though. When I was, the Bulls last year, their third string center, so their bigs were Vooch, Drummond. Their third string center was Terry Taylor, who was a beast at Austin Peay, great on the glass, but he was like 6'4". And I'm like, and they had Adama Sanogo in the G League, who I love Adama, but he is what he is. And I'm like, you can't tell me there's not a 6'11", 7-footer in the G League who can block shots, hit some threes, do the stuff that Biddle does, get him on NBA roster. Like, I didn't get that. So I think there's room for him in the league. Yeah, he could have hit a three to tie it or win it. To tie it if they didn't foul him. But Delor's so cold, man. I don't like his hair at all. Kind of looks like he might be an asshole, but he's a good shooter and he plays really hard, so I respect him. Absolutely not a damn travel. Thank you, HB. Dude, Derek Queen's awesome. He's unique. Like, we'll see what the 3-point shot is, and we'll see defensively. Is he best as a small ball 5? Can he be a 4? Like, what's he like? In space. What's he like switching? We'll see. But he's a gamer. He's cold. Like, and he's just unique. And he's got his long sleeves on, and he got that handle. Like, I'm a fan. Walter Clayton? No, I think Davion Mitchell hit every shot in that tournament and was a dog defensively. So I just think that if you didn't have the defense from Davion Mitchell, the shooting doesn't get him up that high. Okay, Daniel's chill. Yeah, come on. Chris Youngblood hits this part of the backboard on a corner 3, and then the Grant Nelson fucking bonus free throw. I didn't, but I had a future on St. John's to make the Final Four. But the second I saw the bracket and I saw Florida, Maryland, and Texas Tech, I'm like, I don't really think St. John's has a chance to Final Four. But shout out Arkansas. Yeah, the Big Ten Final Four dream is dead. Man, I don't think Oregon could have beat Duke. I think Arizona has a better shot at Duke than Oregon. But shout out the Big Ten. They've been balling out this tournament. At this point with Wisconsin probably had a better chance from that region. What Big Ten team? Purdue's not making the Final Four. Is Michigan have the best chance? Michigan might have the best chance. No, absolutely. And appreciate you being here, Joe. Joe, I got to get you on live with me one of these times. Tyrese Proctor has hit 13 threes this tournament. I don't know if anyone's close to him right now. Carter Bryant's awesome. Carter Bryant, what I love, obviously he's fucking huge and athletic, and he is a role player in college, and he's going to be a role player in the NBA. And guess what? Most players are role players. Pierre always says this. Most players are role players. You know what you're getting with Carter Bryant. Maybe there's a ceiling to unlock, but I feel like you know what you're getting with Carter Bryant. So I think he's a great pick if he falls, I think he's a great pick in the 20s, but maybe he'll go higher. Go Hokies. Is this a Sean Padula comment? Am I missing something? We're going to move on. Remove fouling up 3. I need a Chelsea game winner. For real. I wanted the shooting foul. He was just a little bit late, but how I feel about Arkansas Texas Tech? Quick look ahead. Texas Tech. All right. So yeah, I know. It sucked. I've missed 4 in a row? Whatever. That one sucked. That one really sucked because it was a good read. It was a good read. I can keep my head high when it's a good read. Arkansas Texas Tech. Would like to have Chance McMillan. I'm not expecting Chance McMillan. JT Toppin could have a hard time with Adu, with Brazil, with Big Z. St. John's doesn't want to. St. John's can. Texas Tech can get to the basket. Darion Williams is good at getting downhill, but it's more of a Toppin doing his thing, little floaters, little hook shots, and the guards from the perimeter creating. Or Darion is kind of that wild card who gives you a bit of everything. Chance is really good at getting to the rim. We don't have Chance. I just don't know how effective Toppin ate on Drake. Toppin's eating on a lot of these teams. I don't know if he can do that against Arkansas. I kind of lean Arkansas. I don't know what the line is. We can pull that up later, but yeah, shout out Derek Williams. He was a beast. Why is Proctor on Mox? I don't know. I think he's one of those guys just post hype. He was on Mox before he'd even showed up at Duke as a freshman. Now he's just a junior. He's not the story right now. He's lower in the pecking order than Khan, but I mean, Proctor's hooping. I mean, he's in a good situation, but you see the size. You see him as a combo guard who can defend, who can hit threes. Like, he could play his way up there. That's what's fun about this time of year. Like, stocks can go up now. Dude, I think Kobe Bryant was fantastic today. He is really good, man. He has pro NBA level skill. Like, throwing you in the NBA right now level skill. It's just, and he's the thing. He doesn't need the ball. He doesn't need the ball. He got to put on a little bit more muscle and defend. But, like, I think his ceiling could be like a Max Strus. Like, Kobe Bryant is that good at shooting. And he's got that little one dribble pull up, like he's got little variations of how he can get into his shot that I think would really translate well. Jay Huff comp? Who are you talking about? I don't know. I mean, they got the fourth best odds winner right now, but you see how good Houston is. LJ Cryer? And then Juwan Roberts with that little hook. They're really tough to beat, man. Gonzaga's a really good team, and they didn't break the seal until really late in that game. Milos calms everything down. He had like one bad turnover late in that game, but that's like the one time I've seen something like that from him, in a while. Yeah, I know. I lost a bet. No more talking about the bet. Yeah, I see that. I totally see that with him. He is fiery, and you can see that cockiness comes from the work, and you got to respect that. I just think he should get a different haircut, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, of course. Moment of silence, everyone, for Bill. Although he would be pissed that Arizona-Oregon was a second-round tournament game. That's jail. Remember when Bill Walton's Final Four in 2021 was USC, Oregon State, Arizona was either here or here, I'm trying to remember, and UCLA. And UCLA made it. Oregon State was the Elite Eight. USC made the Elite Eight. They beat Oregon in the Sweet 16, but he put Oregon like in his Final Four too. Anyways, he put 5 Pac-12 teams in his Final Four, and then like 3 of them made the Elite Eight. Anyways, yeah, Jason's break. He had bad air ball too late in the second half, but he'll be fine. He'll be fine. But Ole Miss, man, I think Ole Miss is winning that game. I know the Michigan State hit. Oh, I forgot about Michigan State. They had probably the best chance to make the Final Four, but Michigan State could happen in the Elite Eight. I didn't even realize that. That's crazy. What do you think of that, Joe? Michigan State in the Elite Eight? D-Mills NBA comp? Not Boogie Cousins? Not Big Jelly Nasri? Nah, he kind of is Derek Queen. He kind of can spin. He's so big and smooth that he can just go over either shoulder. With Lamont Butler, yeah. Sorry for saying that stat too many times. He hooped. Shout out Lamont Butler. He's a warrior. He's a warrior. Did you see how happy he was at halftime? He's like, yeah, we're just playing. Like, he's cool. Kentucky's awesome. I know I was on Troy, but Kentucky's awesome. Ben McCollum at Iowa thoughts. It's crazy. Someone else said this first. It's not like a breakthrough thought, but going from Fran and no defense and fast pace to really connected athletic team defense and slow methodical offense is a crazy contrast to styles, but it's going to be fun. He obviously can coach his ass off. Like, it's ridiculous how good he is. I would love to see Sturts go with him and everything. As it stands, what team do you tubing? I'm going to skip that. You give that one another shot, Asia Seifert. How many teams do we think realistically win the title at this point? Anything can happen if a path opens up, of course, but I'll be pretty surprised if it's not one of the 1 seeds, right? I'll be pretty surprised if it's not one of the 1 seeds. But shit, Zona over Duke, and then all of a sudden, Alabama's here, and then Tennessee beats Houston. Anything could happen. Yeah, Will Riley, he had Friday, and he's going to the league, and I wonder what that'll be like. But he's a gifted scorer. He was fun to watch in his different explosions. Oh, what up, Chris? How's it going? I didn't realize it was you. I think they got a great shot. I think they got a better shot. Alabama's got a shot too. The tournament's going to be so good, y'all. Duke's going to have to play Arizona, then Alabama, then either Houston or Tennessee. Unless, who am I forgetting? Who's the other team? Oh, Kentucky. Rematch. Kentucky beat them. Man, I think Kentucky would be the best team that's not a 1 seed if they were healthy. You took away 2 of their best shooters and playmakers who were 22 and 23 years old. Jackson Robinson, and you get, and this presumes a healthy Lamont Butler too. Nasty. Amari Williams, Andrew Clark, like they're playing so well right now, and they're missing 2 key guys. Mark Pope is the man. They run beautiful offense. They're so old, killed the portal. I don't know if they're going to look like this every year under Mark Pope. And even like Chandler and like Perry, these guys on the bench are good. Like Kentucky's very good. I wish we got to see them play a different team other than Tennessee just because we've seen it before, but they won the first 2 times. It won't happen. It's not going to happen. Someone's going to lose. I don't know who. It could be 3. Someone's going to lose. I'm calling it right now. I don't buy a De'Aaron playing, but if he does, that is way too high. But that's kind of my only knock. I mean, Janelle, he does this. Remember FAU Northwestern last year in the tournament? He like casually brought the ball up and then like launched. I think I was mad at Vlad for coming for a screen. He didn't want to screen, but like, Janelle is a little super laid back, sometimes a little bit spacey. What are you thinking? But they're hooping right now and they need his scoring. So he's going to be out there. I don't know what you're talking about, but whatever I said, I agree. Yeah, that would be wild. Greg and Carter would probably give us some fire content from that. My NBA comp is probably, it's crazy I don't have my answer off the top of my head because I'm always changing it because my game is constantly evolving. At one point, I was like, wait, maybe I'm a small ball 5. I'm 5'11", by the way. I'm not a small ball 5. It was a 1 week long phase. And then I'm like, no, I'm Chris Dunn. And now I'm basically Dalen Terry, unfortunately. But no, I love Dalen Terry. I'm a believer in Dalen Terry. Thoughts on Nimrods putting CMB number 2 on their big words? I think it's a little crazy, and I love Colin Murray-Boyles, but I'm kind of like, all right, can we pump the brakes a little bit? I would not be surprised to see him go top 5. I thought I was like high on him because I'm like, yo, this dude should go top 10. And then I click on these accounts that are just like putting him at 2, and I'm like, is Dylan Harper still not 2? I don't get people not putting Dylan Harper 2. I also didn't watch that much Rutgers at the end of the season, but shit, they could be. Why would they not be able to beat Florida? They could win the whole damn thing. Why not? They got the talent. Everything's gelling. They defend and they can score. There's always a little thing with Cal. I don't really trust him, but no, they're that good. They are that good. All good. Let me know if you want to ask your question again, let me know. How do I feel about Tennessee? Man, I'm high and cold on Tennessee. Well, historically speaking, I loved Admiral Schofield. He was one of my favorite players ever. I made him a mixtape when I was like in high school. I was 17 and I DM'd it to him. And he was like, yo, this is fire. And he posted it. It was to Yes Indeed by Drake and Lil Baby right when it came out. And then I was like texting Admiral Schofield. And he was super nice. And then I made one for Jordan Bone. They were my champion in the bracket the year that Loyola Clayton Custer hit the buzzer beater. And that was sad. Anyways, I rock with Tennessee. I love Tennessee. But in the last couple of years, I mean, there was like that Jaden Springer, Keon Johns team I wasn't really a fan of. And then there was another team. I'm trying to remember who was on that Tennessee team that was like a 3 seed and lost to Hunter Dickinson, 11 seed of Michigan. Does anyone know who I'm talking? Who was on that team? Tennessee, Michigan, March Madness 2022. Who am I forgetting? It was Kennedy Chandler. Vescovi, Josiah Jordan-James, Plavich, Huntley Hatfield. That's when I started being like, all right, I'm not really rocking with Tennessee as much. And I've been critical of Zakai Zeigler because I think Jay Bilas, and he just gets overglazed. But honestly, the last 2 weeks, I've gained a lot of respect for him. I thought he's really stepped up and played really well. Chaz Lanier is such a bucket. Even Gainey's gotten better. I always just feel a little bit like I don't think they're going to beat – man, if they beat Kentucky and then Houston and make the Final Four, shout out to them. That would be sick. But I don't see it happening. But when Zakai is playing really well and Chaz Lanier is doing Chaz Lanier things, which is every time he shoots it, I think it's going to go in. The way they defend, it's imagine being guarded by Jemai Mason. He's the best defender, and that's kind of part of my Zakai thing. I think it's like Jemai. I think he's the best defender on the team, and I think Chaz Lanier is the best offensive player on the team. And Zakai gets treated like he's the king. And I understand he's kind of the nucleus, but that is kind of my thing. Hardest jerseys in this tournament? It's a good question, Ryan. I don't know. I don't know if I've been paying attention enough. Maybe Drake. I like Drake's jerseys. I like Oregon's jerseys. Hey, I'm cool with it. I love Colin Murray-Boyles. Why not? Push him up there. I feel like his upside is so clear. I called him the non-terrorist Julius Randle, is my comp for him. He's just got great feel. He's a gamer and he's unique. And I think that was kind of the knock on him initially, or maybe why it feels weird to push him so high, is because like 6'7" tweener, not really big 3-point shooter, but it's like, nah, the playmaking is there. The shot looks good. Can always get better. So tough. Can score on the inside. Can defend every position. I don't know if people want to hear this right now, so I'll just do it really quick. I was an associate producer at NBC Sports Chicago doing like the pre and post game studio shows with Ozzie Guillen, the man. And I did it this summer when the White Sox were the worst baseball team of all time. But yeah, that's why I have the Mitch Trubisky poster, which I think is hilarious. And Pierre ratioed the fuck out of me, which is pretty hilarious. Isn't this the European dude? I don't follow the NBA draft from European guys until the summer. I don't have the bandwidth for it. Is this the best Duke team you've seen if they win it all? The Jahlil Okafor, Justice Winslow, Tyus Jones team was pretty raw. And then the ones that won it before, I was just younger. Like the one that beat Gordon Hayward, like with Shire and Kyle Singer and Nolan Smith, I wasn't really tapped in. I mean, I was watching, but I wasn't knowing ball. And then Leitner or whatever, I wasn't there for that. But Flag is that good. Didn't watch much for this year. Why are they so good? All right, here's the pitch, Ryan. Imagine this. You got a team that has 9 guys. Your guards are one of the best point guards in the country, the first team All-American, Walter Clayton, who's smooth as butter, can get to the rim, can play make, can hit threes, fading to his right off the bounce. He's that nice. You got Elijah Martin, absolute yoke strong man, played for Florida Atlantic when they were in the Final Four 2 years ago. Lockdown defender, beast in transition, winner, leader. You got Will Richard, 6'6", strong athletic wing, can shoot the 3 ball, can get to the basket, tough defender, played at Belmont, 3rd year at Florida. You've got Alex Condon from Australia, 6'11", big, finishes at the rim, protects the rim, slips, smart, understands the game, makes his free throws. Ruben Chinyelu, yoked, 6'11", NBA Academy in Africa, super strong, crash the offensive glass, tough. That's just the starting line. You bring in Denzel Aberdeen, a guard with some pop off the bench. Urban Klasvar, European shooter. Micah Handlaughton, who snapped his leg like a year ago, came back, 7'2", rebounder. And Thomas Haw, who I didn't even mention yet, who's an NBA player in my opinion, 6'9", do-it-all wing. Loaded, great offensive system. They share the ball every possession with intention. If they don't make a 3 or if they don't get an easy look inside, they're going to get the offensive rebound. Except today against UConn, because they got frustrated against UConn because UConn was making them guard for 25 seconds. And then guys weren't in flow. People were, like Will Richard, I remember hit a big 3, but like in the early second half. And in the first half, they were turning the ball over and they weren't running their offense with intention. I hadn't seen them do that in a long time. This team scores 90 every game. So I think Florida snaps right back in it against Maryland. Maryland's a really good defensive team, but I think Florida, with a little bit of days off after surviving, I think they turn it back on. And I think they're going to walk Maryland, honestly, as good as Maryland is. That's a psycho call, and I love it, Ian. That's an awesome call. I don't know anyone else saying that, but he's a beast. Like when I was on Texas when they were playing Tennessee and he was up in Trey Johnson's grill and just making his life hell, I'm like, yeah, well, I'm like, Trey Johnson, that's a man guarding you right there. What team has your view changed on the most since the start of the tournament? It's a great question. I thought Tennessee was really good yesterday, and I'm like, maybe I was a little too hard on them. Kentucky's been fantastic. And I was a little nervous about them just because it's just hard for me to erase when you don't have Jackson. Like, it's hard to change your perspective on a team. And I'm like, I held the belief when I saw Kentucky lose some games. I'm like, they're not as good without Jackson Robinson and Kirk Kriisa. But they're still damn good. And it's like, I can't think of Kentucky without thinking about those guys. But it's like Kirk Kriisa has been out for so long. And Jackson Robinson's good, but everyone else can kind of raise their usage a bit. You can bring in Chandler. So I feel like I was overvaluing that. So those are probably the 2 answers that pop. And I guess Arkansas. Arkansas wasn't even in the field a week before. And now they look like a legit threat to make the Final Four. Yeah, he's a man. Dog. He would come out of his way when, like, right before you even knew. Like, he would just come out of the way and talk to me. I was, like, working in, like, a side room that he never needed to go near. He would just come say hello just because he's the man. Yeah, Mario Williams is awesome. I'm starting to see more draft buzz from him. My guy Raphael Barlow was tweeting about it. You should check it out. Mario Williams is fantastic. My guys on Troy maybe would have had a chance if they weren't so terrified of him in the paint. This is a basketball channel. But I don't think they should take JT. They just paid DeAndre Swift. And they let my boy Khalil Herbert go. And they still got Roshan. And, like, I don't think you can possibly justify taking this guy when Caleb Williams is running for his life the whole time. Do I know football? What do you guys think about that? I think first of all, you got to make sure Caleb Williams has to be the guy, right? So everything needs to be about him. And I think it's more useful for him if he has some time to throw than having a good running back behind him. I already got to this. I don't see it, but I think that's a mistake. Not necessarily. I don't know why Leftopolis needed to be in there, but they were going to lose anyway. And the Kadari foul was bullshit, but Arkansas was getting screwed over the whole time. I think Mike Young's great. Is this the guy who was asking me the Hokies earlier? I think Mike Young's a fantastic coach. I think his players suck. It wasn't that long ago where we had Hunter Couture, Keve Aluma, Justin Mutz, Storm Murphy, Darius Maddox, studs. Now what do we got? Toby Lawal and Rechsteiner and Milagiel Poteet. I'm not a fan of it. I think he needs to grow up a bit, but thank you, Steve. Sorry, back to you hate your early guys. Okay. I'm not a fan of it. I think it's immature. I do find it entertaining and funny, and I have so much respect for him as a coach. But I just feel like he's hit the pinnacle of success in the sport that I feel like his ego is too big, that he's never going to be able to not do these things. I don't think anyone can get through to him. I don't think his wife can get through to him. I don't think his top assistants can get through to him. I don't think Alex Caravan's getting through to him. Maybe he needs to go on like an ayahuasca trip. I say like half tongue in cheek. Maybe he needs to trip balls and reflect about how he treats others. That's my only idea. If someone clips that, that'd be crazy. But I really think that's the only thing that would make him change, unless he got disciplined or like affected the outcomes of games. Like, there's been no reflection of the way he treats with refs and everything. And a lot of coaches over the years never change. You know, it's a really emotional profession. It's a difficult profession. And I've never been in that shoes other than coaching 6 to 8 year olds, and I'm not going to try to compare those. Anyways, I'm not a fan of the antics, but it doesn't make me dislike him. I appreciate him and everything that he has done for basketball and for UConn and for the sport. Although I do wish he would grow up in certain senses, because it is ridiculous the way that he acts. Look at me, I'm growing. I'm going from just giving out picks to giving my opinion on this. I got 27 people here at 11:54 Central. I appreciate all of you for being here. Please leave a like and subscribe if you're here. Like, if I'm going to commit to this streaming grind, which I kind of want to, every piece of little support like that you guys give me helps. I was at 40 and I dropped to 28. That's okay. It's late. And I'm just happy that people even came in to check it out. But y'all are great. What are we doing now? This Iowa team. So, dude, I thought Iowa State was – I bet them to win the title in January. I was like, I've seen enough. The way they defend, the ball pressure, the way they can play with pace, and the fact that they have shooting, and then they have a guy like Momcilovic late in possessions. They have a guy like Jefferson late in possessions. I was such a fan, man. It's a shame. And I don't know if it's all Keyshawn Gilbert. I think they just kind of peaked at the wrong time. I think they just peaked in November. I was like, they're playing their best ball season in November, December, which is crazy. But what music are we listening to at the moment? Damn, bro. Look at me. I'm branching out. I don't know if people want to hear this shit, but I don't know if I'm ready to go down this lane. I will say I was not a Playboy Cardi guy before, and I'm like kind of listening to Playboy Cardi right now. And then I'll like go listen to Marvin Gaye and Nina Simone. I'm all over the place. And my friend sent me this like indie rock song called Memory Box by Peter Cat Recording Company, and I was listening to that. I don't have time to explore art during basketball. I explore art of music in movies outside of basketball season. Grow up as a 7-year-old is crazy. Dan Hurley's not 70, but are you talking about just coaches generally? I guess. Hurley and Aaron Rodgers podcast would go crazy. Absolutely. I don't know. That'd be awkward, but they got to go a trip together. What team were you high on the offseason that disappointed you? I thought Miami could have been good. I thought Kansas State could have been good. I thought USC could have been better. I thought Syracuse could have been better. That's kind of it. Yeah, I mean, when you put it like that, it's kind of hard to defend. but I'm not Rick Pitino. But I think it's fair that everyone's criticizing like that. Like, put RJ out there. Put RJ out there. Stephon Castle needs to help the switch on early. Shit, maybe. Oh, damn. I appreciate that. Message me. My DMs are open. For real, I appreciate that. I don't think anyone's ever said that to me before. How do I feel about Sean Miller going to Texas? I think, dude, I did. Who remembers that tweet? It was right before they played Drake in the Charleston Classic, and I go, this is the third best team in the ACC. What y'all know about Divine Ugochukwu? I will say Nigel Pack didn't play this year. Something's a little stinky about it. I think he wanted to save his year of eligibility. Matthew Cleveland is never going to be a winner, respectfully. He was hooping, though. He was getting like 30 a game. But I think I did curse Miami. Like, I tweeted that a month later, Larranaga was out. I tweeted about this earlier today, but it's stinky to me. You know? Get Xavier Guy, goes to Zona, of course. That's Arizona's a destination job. It's a big-time job. Coach guys like Aaron Gordon, Rondé Hollis Jefferson, Alonzo Trier, DeAndre Ayton. I'm probably missing guys. But, you know, the fall from grace there, gets in trouble, boom, out. Field of 68, back, Xavier. And just like that, you're gone to the team you just beat. You know, what's he saying in the locker room? Just like, you know, you guys got to play for the name on the front of your jersey, like all this. He's on all these guys. And it's like, do you want this for them or do you want this for you? You know, same with Will Wade and McNeese. Like, I understand he's like, oh, we got to plan for McNeese. I understand he cares about the players, but there is a little bit of that with coaching where I just think it's an interesting thing to think about of, can a coach be selfishly wanting to win versus like obviously you want to win. You're a coach, that's your job, but it's just the nature of the business of just, we beat Texas 4 days later. Oh, go Texas. It's like, come on. What are we doing? But I ain't never seen a bag like that in front of me. So maybe it's not fair for me to call somebody betrayal and I don't have a family to support right now. So that's just my opinion. But I think he should have given Xavier more than 3 years. Yeah, well, Gonzaga's going to be just fine. But they just got screwed over with their draw. If they won a few more games earlier in the season, they would have been like a 4 seed. And I guarantee you they'd still be dancing right now. Yeah, for real. Best team I've seen not win the tournament. Gotta be undefeated Kentucky with Karl-Anthony Towns. I was actually at the Final Four game when Sam Dekker won in Indianapolis, Lucas Oil. First Final Four I ever went to. Wow, I caught up to the chat finally. This was fun. Should we look at the Sweet 16? People say Sweet 16 if you want me to make a Sweet 16 second chance bracket on ESPN. Do they have it up yet? Say Sweet 16 in the chat. Create a bracket. Say Sweet 16 in the chat. Wow, I got 1, 2, 3. Should Igor stay? Nah, I think we'll get lost in the AJ shuffle. I don't think he's gonna pan out, to be honest. I was super high on him before. Look at this. Y'all rock, man. Fuck yeah. No way. Who is this guy? This has to be a fake account. There's no way that's real. Who's trolling me? How do I figure out my screen share? There's no way that's real, right, guys? Anyone know who that is? All right. I'm going to do... Man, Michigan's got some voodoo magic right now. Upsets. Whoa, what's going on here? Am I going to do all SEC teams? That's my gut reaction bracket. Yo, shout out Ken Shaw for being here. We're working on it. Maybe. We'll see. I'm going to be on Tuesday. What do you guys think of this? Here's my logic. Auburn, I don't really trust right now. You got two bigs to throw at Janai Broom. And, I'm taking Auburn. What's this I think I'm overthinking the Michigan thing. I feel like they shouldn't have beat UC San Diego and they shouldn't beat A&M, which is why I think they're going to win again because they just keep winning. But at the end of the day, Trey Donaldson, revenge game. I think Auburn locks him up. I think they can do a good enough job with Chaney and Cardwell on Michigan's bigs. Ole Miss, Michigan State. I'm just a Michigan State hater at this point, but Ole Miss cooked today a really good Iowa State defense, and I don't know. Ooh, this could be a game where Michigan State really makes it gross and plays through like Kohler and Cooper down low. Maybe Jace explodes. This is going to be a really good game. All these games are going to be good, man. I kind of live for this right here. I think this is the only game that's not close. I'm going to make a bold prediction, and Florida crushes Maryland, even though I love Maryland. I'm going to make a bold prediction that these two are the only games that is a double-digit winner. No. Maybe. He was there for forever. What do you guys think of this? Is this crazy? Why do I have Kentucky over Houston? No, give me Houston. And Houston, no, this is what it is. Here's the thing. I think Houston could definitely lose to Kentucky, or Kentucky has the personnel to beat Houston. I think they can stop the Juwan Roberts offensively. I think they keep Houston off the offensive glass. And then Kentucky has the shooting and the passing that so many teams don't have that can't beat Houston. Why did Texas Tech win at Houston without JT Toppins? Because they're passing and they're three-point shooting. Kentucky has that. So I think if Kentucky beats Tennessee, I think they have a really good chance at Houston. I would argue Kentucky has a better chance at Houston than Tennessee. And I think Houston has a better chance of anyone to beat Duke because they defend at a level that nobody else defends at. I don't care what the Ken is Houston number one on KenPom defensively? Yeah, they are. And they are the best defense. I think Houston, if you can make Cooper Flagg have a shitty game and Proctor and Knaple aren't hitting threes, that's your only chance to beat Duke. But not a shitty game for Cooper Flagg. You know what I mean? I just think you throw Tugler at Duke with the prep before a Final Four game. No way Derek Queen goes to blood. I think Florida had a wake-up call today. I think Florida is the best team in the country, and I think they had a wake-up call against UConn today. And Maryland, what's Maryland's pace? Off the top of my head, I'm trying to remember. They want to play faster. I just don't know. Maryland's going to need a heater from like Rodney Rice. And I don't think Reese and Queen are going to be able to score that well. Maybe Queen could. Nah, Queen could. Wonder if they put Chinyelu on Julian Reese and Condon on Queen. But Condon's got the length to bother him, even if he's not as strong. Houston has Zora. You just have to look for it. What Sweet 16 am I most excited about? Man, I'm excited for all these. I think Duke Arizona. BYU Bama is going to be sick. BYU Bama is going to be great. BYU has been playing unreal. Alabama, let's not forget, in the Final Four last year, arguably has a better team this year. Alabama, BYU might be my answer. The East region, bro, is going to be sick. Would Florida see, I don't want to waste too much time thinking about a Florida-Houston matchup, but when I'm looking at Maryland has a fast tempo, it makes things working. Right. I mean, they were the number one defense, Joe, right? Since February 1st. Started working on, my gut says like a 5-ish moment before. What do you think, Joe, about just what is Florida able to do defensively to stop Queen and Reese? Is this a game where the guards are gonna have to go nuclear? I feel like Florida's just gonna go for 80. I think Maryland's gonna have to really score. I don't see this being a gritty half-court game like it was against UConn. BYU could keep it going. No, stop asking this. But hello, Ghost. I like your profile picture. BYU is going to keep it going. They could. Dude, they could. I think, how could they guard Duke, though? I think, in Arizona, BYU was a crazy game. Remember Arizona, BYU? That was a crazy game. No, Michigan absolutely has a chance against Auburn. I think Auburn will eventually prove too much, but Michigan's got voodoo magic right now, and they'll be tough to guard. But I think maybe that's the type of game where Auburn turns them over a bunch and is running. And Denver Jones and Miles Kelly and Chad Baker-Mazara all play well. You could swap out one team out for a team that lost to it. I don't know. Maybe I'd put Gonzaga over here in the South region. Let them cook. I mean, is there any team where you're right now where you're looking at this bracket and you're like, yo, it's a disservice they're not here right now? I'm going to share this tab. Oh, how do I? Sorry. Boomer. Let me share. KenPom. Boom. Can you guys read this? I think A&M should be here over Michigan. I think Gonzaga should be here. They didn't get a shitty draw, but we got a bunch of good teams right now. The one team not here. Okay, wait. You guys can see this, right? These are the 4 teams not in it. Ole Miss is top 25 defense and offense. BYU is 9th offense. And Arkansas's got a top 25 defense. Look, man, there's one team here outside the top 16 that doesn't have a top 21 defense. Defense goes in March, man. But then if you're a team like Ole Miss, that you're a defensive-minded team, albeit slightly, but you got dudes that can get buckets. Bucket getter, bucket getter, bucket getter, bucket getter, bucket getter, bucket getter. Yo, Dia and Brakefield, man. If y'all saw that video I made about, I said Ole Miss. I said Ole Miss, Marquette, and UCLA were my 3 teams that I thought in that 6 to 10 seed range could make a run. I missed out on Arkansas, of course, but Ole Miss, man, Dia and Brakefield are matchup problems, and they defend as a team. Everybody can shoot it a little bit. Of course, they were really hot, and they take care of the basketball. They're 3rd in turnover rate nationally. Ole Miss is good, man. I think they're going to have their work cut out for them to guard Michigan State. Maybe, though, because Michigan State sucks offensively a lot of the time. I think in Ole Miss is a really good transition defense team. That's Chris Beard for you. I think Maryland needs to set half court. Probably needs to be a big guard. Yeah, I don't hate the Queen Condon matchup at all. I do think what Queen has in power and strength that Condon can make up for with length, and just making those angles harder for him is kind of what I was thinking. I feel like we're going to need a Rice or Miguel explosion from the wing, which I feel like was a lot of Maryland games, like a lot of road games in the Big Ten. I feel like if Miguel or Rice exploded from deep, that was kind of what got them over the edge, even against some of like the not as good teams. That's just kind of what unlocks Maryland's ceiling, is when one of those guys hits like 4 or 5 threes. Fuck out of here, Daniel. Oregon. If you want to give me a hard one, give me a hard one. What are you fucking talking about? Where'd Aaron Brooks go to college? Disrespectful question. I don't know, but that sounds dope. Yeah, they will. I wonder if maybe Maryland looks at what UConn did and tries to slow it down. Like, I know you said this. You stay out of the half court, but they can do a good job on Clayton and Martin and Richard. But that's what's crazy. They bring a guy like, who was talking about Howe? Yeah, I mean, I love what Howe does. I love when they have Howe in there. He's so good. He does everything. Why do I have Texas Tech losing Arkansas? Because I think Arkansas can slow down Toppin. And if Trance McMillan doesn't play, and if they can slow down Toppin, I think Arkansas is a better team. But I love Texas Tech. I'm just saying. I think Toppin's got his work cut out for him to score against these guys. What was my pause? Did I have a pause thing? I was just teasing you about the Aaron Brooks thing. Huh? My answer is Kelvin Sampson. I think he has been the model coach and program of the past 5 years. balancing perfectly the player retention and going and getting what you need from the portal, and the type of culture where 110% effort is necessary all the time, and year over year guys go out. It doesn't change the standard. It doesn't change the quality of basketball, and you just get a little bit of different flavor when you get, you lose a DeJounte Giroux, you get a Quentin Grimes, you lose a Marcus Sasser, you get an LJ Cryer. These players are different, but it's all achieving the same goal. And I love the machine that Houston has built over the past however many years. He's my guy. I will say a couple coaches to shout out. I think Jon Scheyer is a way better coach than he gets credit for. I was kind of late to this, but I think Jon Scheyer is actually a fantastic coach. I think Jon Scheyer is a better coach than late stage Coach K, because he actually makes Duke guard. As I switch my screen share, people forget that Duke wasn't guarding at the end of Coach K. 79th and 49th his last 2 years in defenses. And he had, Paulo Banchero and Mark Williams on this team. That's coaching, man. That's coaching. Look at what Shirer's done. Yeah, it's nice to have Cooper Flagg and 5 stars, but Coach K and he had teams like this over the years, I think Shirer's better than Coach K. Late stage Coach K. Sue me for that take. I don't care. What y'all gonna do about it? Are you Kazakhstanian? No, I'm Armenian. You think we'll see less? People have been saying this. Same thing's happening in women's. I don't even think an 11 seed won in women's. But we were close to getting Drake. We were close to getting a Gonzaga or a St. Mary's, whether you want to count those. And I still think anything can happen in March. But if the money, it's just going to become a lot more difficult. Because think about something like a Florida Atlantic, where those guys all moved on, of course, after their coach moved on. But here's the thing with Florida Atlantic. 2023, you go 35-4, you make a Final Four. But think about it. Ready? John L. Davis had been there. Elijah Martin had been there. Vlad Golden came from Texas Tech, but had been there. It was his second year there. Who's next? Michael Forrest had been there. Nick Boyd, you get the point, had been there. Rosado had been there. Weatherspoon had been there. I'm not done. Jalen Gaffney came from UConn. First year. Dusty was able to build and cultivate a team, and they played so well together. And yes, you can get a team like Kentucky where they play well together right away, right? But it's much harder to build a team that grows over time. And I think that is the strength that a mid-major team can have, is that chemistry. What did Drake have? Guys that have been playing together for a while, It's how can you strike that balance of keeping guys in your program and bringing in the pieces you need? But that's the hard part. How do you keep guys in your program when you're in New Mexico, right? You had JT Toppin. You can't pay him Big 12 money. He's gone to Texas Tech. Imagine how good New Mexico would have been if they could this year, if they could have kept JT Toppin. He would have been the Mountain West Player of the Year, and they would have had one of the best guards in the country, one of the best bigs in the country. Like, that's what's tough about it. It's just harder to keep guys. And now your job as a head coach is to schmooze up to the rich boosters and say, yo, we want to keep JT Toppin. You got $1 million for me? Can a brother get $1 million to keep JT Toppin? In New Mexico, I don't think has as many guys doing that as Arkansas. I would like to go to Texas A&M and be Wade Taylor as replacement. I'm kidding. I would want to go to Houston and guard and shoot threes. Yeah. Or Texas Tech. Or yeah, no, those are my answers. That's a hot take. Tell me why. Yeah, exactly. It's that continuity. Like there used to be teams, man. Like remember when Mercer beat Duke? Like that was a team where it's like they were all seniors. They'd all been there together. Florida Gulf Coast, they had been there together. It's like, yeah, it can work. Look at Maryland. Boom, give me Jacoby Gillespie from Belmont. Boom, give me Sultan Miguel from USF. Boom, give me Rodney Rice from Virginia Tech. 5-star freshman, Julian Reese is our guy. Like, it's crazy that they only have one guy. Like, why can't it be 4 guys? And then it's like, oh, and we got Derek Queen, or oh, and we got Rodney Rice. But you got to adjust. It's a shitty business right now. as a consumer of the sport, it hasn't affected my viewing experience really, my enjoyment of the sport, but it's not in a good place. And I wonder how they're going to fix it because it's crazy. And we also don't really know what's going to happen when just kids have all this money and we're just very new into this era and we don't know what it's going to be like. But obviously, I like it when mid-majors make a run. I love it when a team grows over the course of the year and over the course of years. But, it does feel a little bit sad that we don't have a mid-major right now. But guess what? If we did, the coach would get plucked and the players would get plucked. And it's the same thing. And I'm not, I don't know. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it is what it is. Anyways, I did it almost an hour. 23 people are still here. I still feel like I'm the man for that. I still feel so grateful that there's 23 of you here. Once again, please like and subscribe if you're here. I might do this again Tuesday, or maybe I should just do this after Thursdays or Friday. Why not? Probably not Friday. Maybe Thursday. I love this shit. I'm locked in for 4 straight days. It's the best. I don't sleep as much, but I'll be having a lot of fun. And shout out to Kenny and all my guys that enjoy for helping me build this. I got 1,000 followers in the past 2 weeks. In the past 10 days. That's crazy. So, damn. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Umar. For real, TurboTax. Taiwan? No fucking way. I'm international? Shout out Ryan. Anyone else international? God damn. Got a guy from Taiwan in here? Fucking international. Thanks, Malik. Hey, Brett, if you're there, I'm there, man. If you're there, I'm there. Thanks, Daniel. I appreciate you. We got off to a goal. I thought you were a hater at first. And look at us now, Daniel. If anyone else wants to say anything nice, now would be the time. I'm about to end it. Anyone? Now y'all are messing with me. I don't believe you guys. Guga 1998, you from Portugal? Who's your favorite team? So the guy from Taiwan, Ryan, you're a Gonzaga fan? Hey, Steven? I'm gonna rock with Steven. Like I said to Brett, if you're there, I'm there. You're alive. Who's your college basketball team, Guga 1998? Please let me know. Unless you're here for I assume you're a college basketball fan if you're here. I don't know what this means, by the way. I took Spanish. I got a dose on AP Spanish. Ape Espanol. Yo got a 2, a dose, as you guys can tell. But, all right. Wait, last thing. Everyone right now, if you're still here, tell me a higher seed that you think is going to win next round. I'm going to share this one more time. How do I share it? Am I sharing it? Share screen. Everyone right now, tell me who's got win. I think Ole Miss, Arkansas, and damn, I guess I'm just an SEC simp. Those are my 3 favorite upsets, and I like Michigan. I think Michigan could pull it off too. Dude, Arizona could pull it off too. Honestly, I think Houston and Florida win, and honestly, everything else I have no idea. But these would be the 2 most surprising upsets. Even though I think Maryland is one of the probably 8 best teams remaining, I think Florida's just going to turn the Jets up after the wake-up call. Kentucky, Arkansas, BYU, and Arizona, of course. You want that rematch, don't you, huh? Jalen Suggs lover, I'll be on the lookout. Ole Miss, you're buying it. I'm buying it. Ole Miss might be my favorite upset, honestly. BYU cooking. There's going to be a lot of points. What's the total for that game? Can I share this tab? Can we get some opening lines? And then I'm going to bed. Opening lines. 174.5. Popcorn. 6.5. 8.5? No way. Duke's laying 8.5. Duke's laying 8.5. What was the line when these teams played in November? Anyone know off the top? I know it was in Arizona. I'm just curious. 69.55, and the line was, would you look at that? Arizona minus 1.5. And now you put them on a neutral, and it's 8.5. Someone's gonna have to talk me off that taking Arizona here. I guess I'm Caleb Love. I got to get a Caleb Love jersey by Thursday. How am I not supposed to take Arizona? No, it was not. It was not. It closed at 1.5. I just pulled it up. Draper. Oh, I didn't. Am I not sharing the right tab? Share this tab instead. Look. It was 1.5. That's a crazy swing. That type of swing doesn't happen. Yeah. Dude, I think Arizona. Houston is a favorite, but I like it anyway. It's gonna get to 10. I think you might be right, Brett. I think Arkansas and Ole Miss are the plays, but I don't want to bet against Texas Tech because I love Texas Tech. That's a no play for me. You're gonna have a tough time talking me out of betting Ole Miss. You're gonna have a tough time talking me out of betting Arizona. We'd love to find out if the arrow plays. And then Friday, what do we got? I already bet this. Look how small that line is. Tells you everything you need to know. Go Ole Miss. Ooh, I want Kent. Ooh, nah, I can't take this. That's bigger. That's a little bigger than I thought. I like Kentucky. Dogs might be barking. Houston's the only favorite that, on first glance, I like. And Florida. I do think I want 174.5 must be the highest total of a. Yeah, I mean Duke is maybe my turn. Yeah, I know, but Arizona's better. Arizona's much better too. Arizona's much better too. All right, that's gonna do it for this episode. Gracias to everyone here. Y'all for real are great. Got the crazy hair right now. I was hiding it, but no, I don't care. What do you mean? Why is Arkansas a dog? They're playing Texas Tech, but shit, they are hot. Everyone have a great night. Attack the week. Happy Monday. It's already Monday. Happy Monday. Have a great Monday. For real. Like lock in. Lock in. All right. Peace.